from Grayson Clark.
And that puts Purdue right back in front. Let's move to 149. Here we go. Clayton Jones against Gavin Brown.
Yeah, really interesting matchup. Gavin Brown having a great season, 15-6, cracked into the national rankings. But these two have wrestled before 2 years ago. And interesting enough, Clayton Jones caught Gavin Brown and actually pinned him. So even though the recent success Brown has had, it has him ranked higher than Clayton Jones, the history actually is in Jones' favor. And the Spartans really need that to give themselves a shot at winning this duel.
And Jones had been out since they went to Ann Arbor and lost in that duel against Michigan on January 9th. He was in concussion protocol, so great to see that he's back out there. Gavin Brown, well experienced within the Big Ten. He spent 3 years at Ohio State. And he adds more experience right in the top half of this lineup for Tony Ersland, just like his buddy Blake Borman at 133. Nice shot here from Jones, but a good reshot right there. Brown's picked up the leg.
Yeah, really calculated funk roll that we saw there from Brown. Quick switch, great action by both guys. Jones with a really nice shrug there, using Brown's pressure against him. Just not enough mat space to convert. But again, a nice glimpse of the abilities of both guys. I mean, really exciting action 50 seconds into the bout, and a great sign of what's to come. Brown getting right back in on the leg.
I feel like across sports, we love offense, but there's something to be said for good defense still, and both guys showcased that right there.
Yeah, and both guys are showing both. They can get in on leg attacks, which is obviously incredibly important to be successful in this sport, but that high-level defense and creativity is what really separates folks. And Jones doing a good job of very traditional heavy hips in, shifting that lock up to the high thigh and putting pressure on Brown's shoulders. And Brown demonstrating his savviness with that funk roll. Really good technique from both guys.
Do you have any of that in you back in your day, that funk roll?
I had a little bit of funk. We did a good job of teaching funk systematically at Northwestern. There's a lot of people who have broken it down and understand the science behind it. Ben Askren's obviously the most noteworthy there, but Jason Welch, who's a teammate of mine, really pioneered his own version of funk, and he taught a lot of us on the team while we were there how to think through things, as did Coach Storniolo. Really good sequence there. Brown in a great position with the Navy ride, able to convert, get that takedown. He's still got that Navy ride locked up. If he can elevate that leg, he might be able to get some back points. Doing a good job working. He might have a cradle locked up. Interesting cradle. You got Jones near arm through. Sort of an odd position.
Just kind of a bear hug here, but he's got that knee tight.
He's got to be careful, though, because it's going to be hard to isolate the back. Only able to get the one count, and actually gives up the reversal for Jones. Funky position, and a good job wrestling through by Jones.
These guys have been kind of twitchy, sprawling all over the place, and now on the other side, Jones looking for the cradle. Uh-oh!
And we mentioned earlier, this is how he won last time. He was able to catch Brown in a cradle and get the fall. He's got short time here. He's got to be able to adjust.
5 seconds to keep both shoulders off the mat. And it looks like he's going to hang on to stay alive in this match.
A ton of action in that first period. Good job of being situational and just adjusting his body and getting that reversal, and then immediately going to the cradle, rolling through. Really gutsy call on his part, and was well poised to settle into that position, but just not enough time. But compensated with back points and takes the 6-3 lead heading into the second period.
It's funny, we started talking about defense when that period began, and we got 9 points up on the board after 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think both these guys are not afraid to light it up, and you love to see that energy early in the match. Let's see if the conditioning is there for both guys to keep that pace high and maintain the action in periods 2 and 3.
Now back points on the other side from Brown. Back and forth we go.
Yeah, good job getting to that, we call it a Cassidy ride, that arm on the back, and then using that knee as a pry to tilt over. Just such a brutal position. The ref's looking to make sure that arm's at 90 degrees or more. Brown doing a good job of that. And and able to get right back to it and rack up more near fall points.
I mean, Gavin Brown got shut out 2-0 against Rutgers' Andrew Clark on Sunday, and he is just racking up the points. And Purdue finally back at home for the first time in 2026. 13 up on the board.
Yeah, what's interesting is he just keeps going back to this same tilt, and he's able to do that as long as he breaks that initial lock and starts fresh, which he's done. Jones hasn't quite been able to adjust and keep that right hand pinned down, and Brown is having a field day getting to where he likes to be, and looks like he's loading up to try to get more near fall points.
In the meantime, Jones has got to be getting tired here, just spending this entire period on bottom, just doing anything he can to get up.
Yeah, right now he's fighting to keep that arm back. His hips are flat on the mat, head's on the mat. It's just really hard to make progress if you're Jones, and getting that arm back is job one, and he's really struggled this entire period to defend that right side of his body.
We got stalling thrown up there on Jones, and now more tilt. What a second period right here from Gavin Brown. Back points galore for the Boiler.
Yeah, he effectively got 12 points off of that same tilt in that 2-minute period. So really good job of pressuring that side of the body, being consistent, methodical, and I mean, what a change of events from almost getting pinned in that first period to being up by 11 points at the end of the second.
If that isn't a great lesson about why you fight, I mean, even when you're on your back, to keep going, because he's now gotten this opportunity. He's run with it so far.
Okay, well, here we go. Right,
yeah, it looks like they adjusted the scoreboard, and it's 15-6 Gavin Brown, but
15-6 is the score according to the official scorekeeper.
Totally agree. I mean, wrestling through positions, that effort at the end of the first period obviously paid off, and looks like he wants to go back on top because he just scored a bunch of points, so it makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, thought we only had 13. I mean, you score so many points, you lose count. It's actually 15.
Right, take your spot, remove the hold. Wait for that whistle, okay, here we go, take your spot. Okay, set, don't move, cover.
Let's see if Jones can make adjustments. Obviously, the right side of the body was exposed. Brown loading up on the left for the initial breakdown.
Green, you're in control, Green, you're in control.
Jones up to his feet. If he can get the escape, that would be phenomenal.
Got a warning on Green here, got a warning on Green.
Because he needs to create a situation where he can go for a home run, kind of like we saw in that first period, and lock up that cradle.
Yeah, does he have anything left in his tank to tighten this thing back up?
Stalemate.
Or we get a stalemate here.
Still in control there, across the back. You know what I mean? Try to better for stalling. All right, down.
And they're going to start back down on the mat. They said Brown still had control with that tight seatbelt underhook type position. So if Jones is going to get back up to his feet, he's got to be able to cut that inside hand.
There we go. There's a quick reversal, and Jones says, hey, hold on here.
And now Jones is on top in a position to return some of the punishment he got in the second period. We've seen the cradle. Looks like he's working for this bow and arrow tilt, kind of running over that far right shoulder.
We're good here.
Who's ever been on top in this match has been deadly. And there have been a ton of back points. Jones has got 60 seconds, though, and he's down by 7.
Yeah, he's got to be more aggressive in this position. Having this locked up is a great advantage, but he's got to step that right leg out. He's got to create a little bit more pressure over that right shoulder if he's going to use that, and obviously drops it now and needs to think about where else to go if he's going to have a shot in winning this bout.
Well, good job here by Gavin Brown. He's fighting there, and he's not giving up any back points. He's staying tough, trying to work to a base here and get up.
What's interesting is he's up by 7 on the scoreboard, plus he currently has the riding time. You look at the riding time in comparison to the match clock. If he finishes his period on bottom, he won't get riding time, and he'll only win by 7. So it'll only be 3 points for the Boilermakers. Maybe he heard me talking and wanted to just make that not the case. In on a leg, but has not actually gotten the escape. Still on bottom, technically.
A riding time point is now under, but it's a victory for Gavin Brown. Fireworks in that match. 15 up on the board, though. And Purdue tacks on to their lead.
Bring it to the center, gentlemen. Good job.
Boilermakers